Perfect. All right. If you wouldn't mind starting with an opening statement following today's Game 1 semifinal loss to the Sun.
We got beat. We got beat soundly. They played harder than us. You could tell from the early part of the game, we really didn't have any cohesiveness about our offense for whatever reasons. There are no excuses. We just didn't play well offensively. Give their credit to their defense. They just switched and a little more physical than normal. That's playoff basketball. We didn't handle it very well. We didn't move. We didn't do anything at all. And then, that frustration starts to kick in. When you can't score and you're shooting poorly, you get a little frustrated, and it carried over into our defense, and they just put the hammer down and beat us. They did a good job.
Doug?
Bill, it's obviously only one game. It's a series, so that's the advantage of making the semifinals. What adjustments can you make for Game 2 on Tuesday? Is it just an effort thing, or is it more than that?
Well, there's always X's and O's. There's no question about that. A little defensively, we got to make some changes. Jasmine Thomas really hurt us. No question about that in the first half. Made shots. We weren't in their space. So defensive-wise, we can make some adjustments. Offensive-wise, we got to look at what exactly transpired. Some players just didn't go out there and execute their job. When we got a little down and we weren't making shots, it kind of compounded itself. I thought Asia did what she had to do to keep us somewhat competitive, but that was about it until the second half when Jackie found her stroke. We're going to need some more of that all game long.
Bill, if I can follow up, just obviously the other stories, the game getting postponed because of the inconclusive results. I'm guessing Kathy talked to you guys also in the locker room. Just your thoughts. I mean, you've been in the bubble all along, and there's been a couple inconclusive results like you had with Lindsay Allen, I think, for a game. What is the thought going forward with what happened with Seattle today?
Okay, just so Kathy didn't talk to her players, so they're not really up to speed on all of this, whatever she said. But she sent an email out probably 4 days ago stating this exact scenario could happen in the playoffs, where you'd have multiple players on a team have inconclusive tests, and that they may have to postpone a game coming up. And it happened. first game, go figure. But I understand it. It is what it is. We've had inconclusive tests in the bubble. And so, normally it's a 48-hour window. So hopefully they have the rapid test now they're going to be utilizing that will figure out how quickly that we can figure out and move forward.
Thanks, Coach.
Michelle?
Yeah, Coach, it just seemed like this was, like you said, so uncharacteristic. I don't think you've had a game like this. You haven't.
We had against Phoenix, we had one of these. This may have been coming. We just didn't have it. It was one of those things.
It seemed like like you said, you were forcing shots. Is that just a matter of frustration for a while? I mean, you just didn't look like your offense at all.
Yeah, well, I said give them credit. They switched a lot. They were more physical than a normal basketball game because it's playoff basketball. We didn't handle that very well, and also, we didn't get our running game going. We kind of walked through everything. That was the biggest problem that I had the whole game until the fourth quarter. We just walked through everything, and that's not who we are. We push pace and we hit attack and we move, and that just didn't happen tonight for a multitude of reasons, which we'll try to figure out the next day.
Thank you.
Jason?
Bill, they were able to get several offensive rebounds and second chance opportunities there. How important is that going to be as this series moves on to figure out how to keep them off the boards?
Well, they're big and they're long. That's one of the keys to any playoff series is controlling the rebounds. We didn't do that tonight. We were just a step slow everywhere on the course, like we were running in mud. They had the opportunity to compete over the last week. That keeps you sharp. We weren't sharp, and it happens sometimes. Can't use an excuse. We just have to do better next game. But it's a series. We told them before the start of the game, I'm expecting a 5-game series, and we have to play every game as though it's your last.
Thanks a lot, Coach. We'll be right back.